to everybody. I'm going to be reading John, the 15th chapter, and I will be reading out of the Holy Name Bible, containing the Holy Name version of the Old and New Testaments, critically compared with ancient authorities and various manuscripts, revised by the late A.B. Traynham of the Scripture Research Association. John, the 15th chapter. I am the true vine, and my Father is the husbandman. Every branch in me that beareth not fruit, he taketh away. And every branch that beareth fruit, he purges it, that it may bring forth more fruit. Now ye are clean through the word which I have spoken unto you. Abide in me, and I in you. As the branch cannot bear fruit of itself, except it abideth in the vine. No more can ye, except ye abide in me. I am the vine, ye are the branches. He that abideth in me, and I in him, the same bringeth forth much fruit. For without me ye can do nothing. If a man abide not in me, he is cast forth as a branch, and is withered. And man gathereth them, and casteth them into the fire, and they are burned. If ye abide in me, and my words abide in you, ye shall ask what ye will, and it shall be done unto you. Herein is my Father glorified, that ye bear much fruit, so shall ye be my disciples. As the Father hath loved me, so have I loved you. Continue in my love. If you keep my commandments, ye shall abide in my love, even as I have kept my Father's commandments, and abide in his love. These things I have spoken unto you, that my joy might be remain in you, and that your joy might be full. This is my commandment, that ye love one another, as I have loved you. Greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. Ye are my friends, if ye do whatsoever I command you. Henceforth I call you not servants, for the servant knoweth not what his master doeth. But I have called you friends, for all things that I have heard of my Father I have made known unto you. Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you, and ordained you, that ye should go and bring forth fruit, that your fruit should remain, that whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he shall give it to you. These things I command you, that ye love one another. If the world hate you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. If ye were of the world would love its own. But because you're not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hates you. Remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his master. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my sayings, they will keep yours also. But all these things will they do unto you for my name's sake, because they know not him that sent me. If I had not come and spoken unto you, they had not sinned. But now they have no cloak for their sin. In that hateth me, he that hateth me hath my Father also. If I have not done among them the works which none other man did, they had not sinned. But now they have both seen and hated both me and my Father. For this cometh to pass in the fulfillment of the word which is written in their law. They hated me without a cause. But when the Comforter is come, whom I will send unto you from my Father, even the Spirit of truth, which proceedeth from the Father, he shall testify of me, and ye also bear witness, because ye have been with me from the beginning. Israel, John 15 chapter. We're going to have questions and answers. That's 30 minutes, nice class, so jot down your question and ask it at the end of class. We're going to have an announcement from the Dean, Dr. Allen Jr.
Those who want to come out and see that lecture, they give it a bit of showing a contrast of truth and a lie. And if you want to come see it, you're welcome to come. It's next Wednesday, class Tuesday, about 7:15. Okay.
We have a first-time visitor that's come out to study with us tonight, a guest of Jordana's, Mr. Daniel Brook, and we're happy to have you here. And Mary Ellen. And our speaker tonight will be the Dean, Dr. Fred Allen Jr.
Give me exercise. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
To our guests that's here for the first time, we extend our love to you and hope that something will be said that you will come back and study with us in the future. This is a school, it's not a church. The founder of this school, in the year 1931, had a divine vision and revelation direct from the Heavenly Father, Yahweh. Before that time, he was a minister in the Church of God for 15 years. He was assistant pastor of the church. And there were things that bothered him in the Christian world that he was concerned about. And the same thing stands before us today. Same thing they had then, same thing we have now. Now, consider the time that this was 1931. The conditions back then were a lot different than they are today, of course. But nevertheless, after he had the divine vision, which he said he didn't understand, then he had the revelation of the vision. And then he was commissioned more or less to teach the world the things that he always had revealed to him. And that's what he went about to do. The charts you see behind me on the walls are charts that were derived from the vision and revelation that he received. And I want to say that as a student to sit at his feet for many years, that he proved to me beyond a shadow of a doubt that what he had was a divine vision from the creator of heaven and earth. Even back in the 60s, I remember a lot of people were talking about that God is dead. Well, based upon the evidence that he presented to us, we were able to understand and know that there had to be a true creator. He had to be alive and well. The other thing he tried to get across to us is to let us know that he was ever present. He was not up above the sun, moon, and stars as we once contemplated, once thought. We down here go in a corner and say some prayer. We know he's up above the sun, moon, and stars, but the man in the room couldn't hear what you're saying. So we got to go beyond that. We're talking about a great mystery, folks. This is a great, great mystery. Yes. Now, some of the many things that makes it a great mystery is because the religious leaders, the ministers in the world, they do not know, they do not understand. And what I'm going to try to do is try to convey some of the things that we've come to learn and know for sure in this school. Now, the Messiah, when he walked on the earth, they were questioning him about the things he did, the things he said. And you took the scripture lesson we had, read tonight. This is the Messiah. Where was he at this time? He had the Last Supper with his disciples, talking to them about things that they're going to encounter, things that are going to come to pass later, and things he wanted them to understand and know even at that time. But now the religious world, they don't look at it that way. They take and read the Bible and read it literally. And think all the things that he did, we're supposed to do. Well, that's a big mistake. His mission was not to do, his mission was not to set up a way when he walked around the earth, of a way in which we would have to follow him in doing the same thing he did. Consider some of the things he did. Now, if they're teaching that he set up a way for us for us to follow. And I say, if they're teaching that, then consider some of the things he did. And how many do you see of them doing the things he did? Okay? Number one, he walked on water. I don't see anybody out there doing that. Number two, he healed the sick. Also raised the dead. Now all these things, you got recording this, that's what he did. And then you're telling us that we're supposed to do the same thing he did. He was water baptized. Does that mean that we're supposed to be water baptized? If you eat Lord's suppers, does that mean we're supposed to eat suppers? Things we got to look at and understand what's the difference between what's being taught out in the world and what is the truth. That's what we're down here for. This school was not set up to go along with the routine of everything in the world. We're down here to educate, make one aware of the ever-presence of Yahweh, and to understand the mission of the Messiah. What was his mission? What did he do? How does it benefit you and me? Those are the questions we want to answer and understand down here in these last times. Now, he also climbed mountains. Are they climbing mountains? He also allowed them, he did a lot of fishing too. I don't see a whole lot of people out there. I see a lot of ministers out there fishing. See? I'm just trying to give you a comparison so you see that we missed the mark considerably. If we're supposed to be following what he did, what he did. Well, what was his mission? Because the same thing we're talking about now is what they were asking him when he walked around the airplane. They want to know why he did the things he did. Give me John. Kind of the way I want to go about this now. Give me John 5. And let's start around the 25th verse and then come back. I'm trying to find out what was he doing. No, look, let's do it better than that. Go back up to the top of the fifth chapter. I want you to understand why they did the things they did. I want to talk about Messiah is healing somebody. Get that up in the top of the fifth chapter of John. A man was lame. I think about 7, 8 verse, somewhere around there. Pick up the thought there and read that, if you don't mind.
John 5 and 5. And a certain man was there which had an infirmity 38 years.
Now this man was 38 years old. Had this infirmity all his life. Read.
When Yahshua saw him lie and knew that he had been now a long time in that case.
Does that mean that he had walked by, seen him many years in that case? Read.
He saith unto him, Will thou be made whole?
Will thou be made whole? Read.
The impotent man answered him, Sir, I have no man, when the water is troubled, to put me in the pool.
Now, they had a situation, they had an octagon pond there, that when the waters got moved, the wind moved, the water got stirred up, they thought a spirit had come down in the water. And if you get in, first one in the water, they would be healed. So that's what he's anticipating. Now he's telling the Messiah, asking, will thou be healed? He said, I have no man to get me in the water. I can't walk, but the first one gets in, they're going to be healed. Okay, read on.
But while I am coming, another steppeth before me.
Somebody else steps in before him, therefore that person gets healed, but he doesn't. Okay, read on.
Yahshua said unto him, Rise, take up thy bed and walk.
Rise, take up thy bed and walk. Now he's telling him, rise, take up thy bed and walk. And remember the man's been lame for 38 years. See? Now you know if you lay in bed a week, you get up and walk, you can have sometimes stumbling around, you still walk around, because you get used to sitting up on your feet. But now he said, now this is what he said, we know what happens.
Joshua said unto him, Rise, take up thy bed and walk. And immediately the man was made whole,
He was made whole, read.
and took up his bed and walked.
He took up his bed and walked.
And on the same day was a Sabbath.
Now the same day was the Sabbath. Now Yahweh had given Israel a law back here in the wilderness that thou should not work on the Sabbath day. And they still under that same law at the time the Messiah walked on the earth. Okay, read on.
10th verse.
Mm-hmm.
The Jews therefore saith unto him that was cured,
Mm-hmm.
It is a Sabbath day.
It's the Sabbath day.
Is it not lawful for thee to carry thy bed?
Are you running around carrying your bed? On the Sabbath day, you carrying the bed, read. So that means obviously everybody can see him carrying the bed on the Sabbath day, and they know they're not supposed to do that. But the one that healed him is the one who told him to take up his bed and walk. Okay, read on.
He answered them,
He answered them,
He that made me whole,
He that made me whole,
the same saith to me, Take up thy bed and walk.
the same to me to take up my bed and walk. Read.
Then asked they him,
Huh?
What man is that had said that unto thee?
What man said that unto you?
Take up thy bed and walk.
Take up that bed and walk. I want to know who it is. Read.
And he that was healed was not who it was,
He didn't know who it was.
for Joshua had not conveyed himself away.
He didn't make himself known to him. Okay, read on.
A multitude being in that place.
Uh-huh.
After Joshua findeth him in the temple,
Now, yeah, after that, Joshua, the correct name for Joshua is correct name is Joshua, not Jesus. Okay, read on.
and saith unto him, Behold, thou art made whole,
Uh-huh.
sin no more,
Sin no more.
lest a worse thing come upon thee.
The rest of the worst thing come upon you. Read on.
The man departed and told the Jews that it was Joshua
Now, he told him it was Joshua
which had made him whole.
that had made him whole. See? Now, the Jews, they're thinking that this man is coming in to change their law. See? They're coming to think he changed their law. See? Now skip down in the same chapter. Skip down about the 45th verse, 25th verse.
25.
Mm-hmm.
Verily, verily, I say unto you,
Now it says, Verily, verily, I say unto you,
the hour is coming,
the hour is coming,
and now is,
and now is,
when the dead shall hear the voice of the Son of Yahweh,
when the dead shall hear the voice of the Son of Yahweh,
and they that hear shall live.
and they that hear shall live. Now, when you read these type of things, a lot of times we don't think about it. We said, the dead is going to hear his voice and live. See? Now, we know we go to men who've been to funerals. If everybody is crying and moaning about, he's gone, or she's gone. See? Person's there, the body's there, but what made him alive is missing. See? But now he's saying that the dead shall hear his voice and live. Read on.
For as the Father hath life in himself,
Now he said, now as the Father has life in himself,
so hath he given the Son to have life in himself,
read,
and hath given him authority
and given him authority
to execute judgment also,
to do judgment also,
because he is the Son of Man.
because he is the Son of Man. Read on.
Marvel not at this,
Hmm?
for the hour is coming, in which all that are in the grave
For all that are in the grave
shall hear his voice,
shall hear his voice
and come forth.
and come forth.
They that have done good,
They that have done good
unto the resurrection of life,
unto the resurrection. And this is what I'm reading this up to show you the benefits of knowing and the benefits of not knowing. See, he said they all going to hear his voice. They're going to come forth, and what's going to happen? Read that verse again.
and they that have done good
They that have done good
unto the resurrection of life.
unto the resurrection of life. Now we're talking about eternal life now. We're not talking about this span of 70 years or 7 years plus 10. We're not talking about that now. So you read.
And they that have done evil
And they that have done evil
unto the resurrection of damnation.
unto the resurrection of damnation. Read on.
I can of my own self do nothing.
Now the Messiah says, I of my own self can do nothing. He can't do nothing. Read.
As I hear,
I
judge,
judge.
and my judgment is just,
And my judgment is just,
because I seek not my own will,
because I seek not my own will,
but the will of the Father,
but the will of the Father,
which has sent me.
which is sent me. Read on now.
If I bear witness of myself, my witness is not true. There is another that beareth witness of me.
There's another that bears witness of me.
And I know that that witness which he witnessed of me is true.
It's true.
He sent unto John, and he bare witness unto the truth.
Now, John the Baptist, see, baptized the Messiah and bore witness that he was the Lamb of Yahweh. See, that's what he's talking about now. He bore witness of him. Okay, read on.
He sent unto John, and he bare witness unto the truth.
Mm-hmm.
But I received not testimony from man.
Now, he's not stepping this the testimony of John.
But these things I say, that he might be saved.
That he might be saved.
He was a burning and shining light.
Now, he was a burning and shining light. Read.
And ye were willing for a season to rejoice in his light.
Right, read.
But I have greater witness than that of John.
Now, he's declaring he had a greater witness than John the Baptist. John didn't know who he was till after he baptized him. When he baptized him, he had a vision, heard a voice, said, "This is my beloved Son in whom I am well pleased." Then he was able at that time to identify him as being the Lamb of Yahweh to take away the sins of the world. But read on, I'm trying to get my point now. Read.
But I have greater witness than John.
Now he's telling me he got somebody greater than John.
For the works which the Father hath given me to finish.
Now look, he's saying the works which the Father has given me to finish. Read.
The same works that I do.
The same works that I do.
Bear witness of me.
They bear witness of
That
me.
the
So
Father-
whatever you see me do, the Father's bearing witness to us. Because he already said, I can't do nothing of my own. It's my Father in me. He's doing the work. See, so we got to go beyond the physical. Where he's doing work beyond the physical. Read.
The same works that I do bear witness of me.
Mm-hmm.
That the Father has sent me.
That the Father has sent me.
And the Father himself, which has sent me, hath borne witness of me.
Now read.
Ye have neither heard his voice
You
at
have
any
neither
time,
heard his voice at any time,
nor seen his shape.
neither have you seen his shape. Read.
And ye have not his word abiding in you.
Then you have not his word abiding in you. Read.
For whom he hath sent,
For whom he has sent,
him ye believe not.
you don't believe.
Search the scriptures.
Now he's telling them, now watch what he says to them. He says, search the scriptures.
For in them you think you have eternal life.
For in the scriptures you think you have eternal life. Now he's talking about the Jews now. The Gentiles didn't have the scriptures.
Right.
So it tells you the Jews. So you search the scriptures, for in them you think you have eternal life. Read.
And they are they which testify of me.
But they, the scriptures, they are they that testify of me. Read.
And ye will not come to me,
But now you won't come to me
that might have life.
that you might have life.
I receive not honor from men, but I know you,
Uh-huh.
that ye have not the love of Yahweh in
You
you.
have not the love of Yahweh in you.
I come in my Father's name,
Now he says, I come in my Father's name,
and you receive me not.
and you receive me not.
Let another come in his own
Let
name,
another come
in his own
in
name,
his own name,
him you shall
him
receive.
you will receive. Now, when our man come up and rose up, we got a lot of people believing in them. But they're not the Savior. The Savior is the Messiah, is Yahshua Messiah. We still got to find out how we're going to define this man above all other men. He's already told you one. Since he had the scriptures, they bear witness of me. See? Well, what are the scriptures? See? Now here's the Messiah. You're going to go back and I'm trying to get you to see the Messiah's on a mission. I'm trying to find out what his mission is and how it benefits you and me. See? Go get me Matthew 3. Give me 6th verse, and then skip down to the 13th verse.
Matthew 3 and 6.
Uh-huh.
And were baptized by him in Jordan.
You ready to go with that 6th verse? Let's start with the 5th verse.
Then went out to him Jerusalem.
Then went out to him the world.
No.
Jerusalem.
He said, then went out to him Jerusalem. Why are you so particular about that? Jerusalem, we're talking about the Jews that lived in Jerusalem. They came out to John because they were the ones that Yahweh gave the law to. And they have broken that law, that little covenant. They broke it. See? So we know what he said, what he's doing.
Then went out to him Jerusalem and all Judea and all the region round about Jordan, and were baptized by him in Jordan,
They were baptized by him in Jordan, in water,
confessing their sins.
confessing their sins. Read.
You want me to drop down to 16?
No, just read one verse and then drop down, please.
But when he saw many of the Pharisees and Sadducees
Okay.
come to his baptism,
Read.
he said unto them, O generation of vipers,
O generation of vipers.
who hath warned you to flee from the wrath to come?
I ain't got time to get into that word, but that's them. He's talking about them hypocritical Jews. See? They wouldn't bow, they wouldn't accept his baptism. See, but read on, I get down, give me 13 verse. Try to get down to the point.
Then cometh Joshua from Galilee to Jordan to John to be baptized of him.
Uh-huh.
But John
Now here's the Messiah coming down from Galilee down to Jordan to be baptized of him. Read.
But John forbade him, saying,
But John forbade him, saying,
I have need to be baptized of thee.
now why would John say to him, I need to be baptized of thee? Well, when the Messiah came to John, remember John had told them that they had to confess their sins. Well, he was saying, I haven't sinned. So John said, well, why are you coming to me for? I only baptizing sinners. See, why are you coming to me? Read on what the Messiah said.
And comest thou to me?
Comes down to me, read.
And Joshua answered, said unto them, unto him,
He answered and said unto him, John, read.
permit it to be so now,
Now it says, John, go ahead and baptize me. Read.
for thus it becometh us
For thus it becometh us
to fulfill all righteousness.
to fulfill all righteousness.
Then he permitted him.
So he's come on a mission to fulfill all righteousness. Israel's righteousness was to keep his law. So he's come in to fulfill it because they didn't or were not obedient to it. Okay? So he said he's coming to fulfill. Now that's John. Read the verse further there.
Joshua, when he was baptized,
So after John baptized him in the water, read,
went up straightway out of the
he
water,
went straightway out of the water,
and lo, the
And-
heavens were open unto him.
and lo, the heavens were opened unto him, unto John the Baptist. He's having a vision. Messiah comes out of the water. He's on his way out, going someplace. See? But read on.
And he saw the Spirit of Yahweh descending like a dove,
Now this John, he said he saw the Spirit descending like a dove, read.
and lightning upon him.
Uh-huh.
And lo, a voice from heaven saying,
Lo, a voice from heaven saying,
This is my beloved Son,
this is my beloved Son,
in whom I am well
in
pleased.
whom I'm well pleased. See? Read on.
Then was Joshua led up of the Spirit,
I'm trying to find where Yahshua's going. See? He was baptized of John, then he went out into the waters. Well, read on. Let's see. I'm ahead of myself now. See, read.
to be tested of the adversary.
Hmm?
And after he had fasted,
Hold it now. That's enough right now. See? Got to cover some ground. See, now he was baptized of John, left John. John seeing the vision of the dove descending. That was a signal to John to know that this man he just baptized, that was the Lamb of Yahweh. See? So as he baptized him, see, then he was able to identify him. See? Now, Messiah goes into the water. Why is he going to? He said he's coming to fulfill. See? Fulfill. Now that's what he said to John. To fulfill. See? Now, what will we be fulfilling by being baptized? Fulfill means to complete, to bring to an end, to finish, to translate into reality. Starts another good word. See? So everything he was doing was to bring to end that had already been set up. See? So every time he started doing something, you should start asking the question, why is he doing it? Then go back into the scripture and find out why he's doing what he's doing. See, that's what he's doing. Okay, now that's what he said to John. See? He went into the waters, right, and being baptized. You go back here, look at how he already dealt with Israel. Back here, he brought them up out of Egypt through the Red Sea, which is the baptism back here, and brought them into the waters. And they were in the waters for 40 years. Messiah, he goes out there and he's in the water 40 days. Prophetic time, 1 day for a year. So he's out there this 40 days fulfilling the Israel out here for 40 years. See? Now he says fulfilling. See? Now go to the 5th chapter, verse 1. See? Now if you know he's fulfilling, and if you know he's fulfilling the scriptures, then you have to go back, well, somebody go ask him about the scripture. What's the scriptures? Somebody say, but read the whole Bible. No, not the whole Bible. See? The scriptures is Yahweh speaking to the prophets, telling them what's going to transpire in the future. First Moses, that's the law. He wrote the law. First 5 books of your Bible. Then the prophets, or the testimony, they had to write based on what was said in the law. So the law and the prophets, they have to be in agreement concerning the Messiah. So when the Messiah fulfills something, he's got to fulfill what's in the law and what's in the prophets. So that's where we're going to identify him. So when he does it, whatever the law and the prophets say, that's bringing it to an end. Don't bring it over on this side. That's where our problem is with Christianity. They've drugged the stuff that's over that on the other side of the cross, over on this side, and tell you and me to do those type of things. And that's not his mission. His mission is not to do that. That's what I'm trying to show now. See, this is his testimony. This is what he said to John. He come in to fulfill all righteousness, which was the law that was given to Israel. See? Now I'm going to the 5th chapter of Matthew. See what he says in the 5th chapter.
Matthew 5:1.
Mm-hmm.
And seeing the multitudes.
Now, after he sees the multitude, when the children came about the land of Egypt, that's a multitude of people. See, read.
He went up into a mountain.
He went up into a mountain.
And when he was set,
his
disciples came unto him.
him.
And he opened his mouth and taught them, saying,
Now, what's what happened? Look back here at Israel. When they came up out of the land and out of the Red Sea into the waters, they were following a cloud. A cloud was leading them. And it took them 47 days to Mount Sinai. And the cloud went and sat on top of Mount Sinai, and Yahweh told Moses, have Israel clean up for 3 days. And he would speak to them on the 3rd day. So after Yahweh, that cloud went and sat on top of the mountain, it spoke to Israel and gave them the law. So here's the Messiah seeing the multitude. He goes up to a high mountain and he sits. See? Somebody wants that. The movie I saw, he was standing around walking to the people, talking to the people about what you read in the 5th chapter of Matthew. What they call the Beatitudes. See? Now that was for Israel. That wasn't for us on this side. But I'm trying to show you what's happening now. He's fulfilling what was back here in the text. Now Yahweh spoke to Mount Sinai and gave them the law. See? You remember I told you how they thought he was changing things? Skip down to 17 verse, please.
Think not that I've come to destroy the
law.
law.
He says, think not. That means they were thinking. He's coming to destroy what?
The law.
The law.
Of the prophets.
Of the prophets.
I'm not come to destroy.
I'm not come to destroy. Why not? Because they are my witnesses. You don't go kill your witness, you gotta go to court. See? You were the witness to be there to testify to you. See, I'm not come to destroy the witnesses to read.
I am not come to destroy,
Huh?
but to fulfill.
But again, he is talking about helping to fulfill. Okay, read.
For verily I say unto
For
you,
verily or truly I say unto you,
till heaven and earth pass,
until heaven and earth pass,
one jot
one jot
or one
or
tittle
one tittle
shall in no wise pass from the law
shall in no wise pass from the law,
till all be fulfilled.
until all be fulfilled. So his mission was to fulfill what's written in the Old Testament. I'll say it that way. Everything you find him doing was based on what's in the Old Testament. He's bringing all that to an end. So whatever he gave Israel to do as a form of worship back here, all of it was natural, physical, not spiritual. And that was done for them to lead you up to the Messiah. So when the Messiah comes in and brings that all to an end, now he's going to give them something different. See? It's going to be a new covenant. It's going to be something different. But you got to see, his mission was to take this old one out of the way by doing what was in the law. See? Maybe, why? He's going to do that because they couldn't do it. See? So that's what we're talking about. We're talking about the mission of the Messiah. See? I should add some other things in it, but it's time to don't know how to do everything. But I'm trying to show you what the difference is. His mission was to move that natural out of the way. Whatever was given to Israel, he came to move it out of the way. See? That was what he's telling. That's what he told Moses. He said a multitude of people came. Right. So he said it to John 1, then he said it to a multitude of people. He's come to fulfill. See? Let me take another one real quick. Just to, well, let's try Luke 18:31. I can go Matthew 16:20. I can go 20:17. There's a whole bunch of places to go. Because he's telling them all the same thing. See? Can you read that for me real quick?
Luke 18:31.
Mm-hmm.
Then he took the 12
Then he took the 12
and said unto them,
and said unto the 12, and that's his immediate disciples. See? How many disciples do he have? A whole bunch of them. But who was his immediate disciples? The 12. 12 of them, right? Now they were watching him, what he did and what he said. Because that's going to make them eyewitnesses to him. They can be able to say he did or did not do this or did not do that. So read on.
Behold, we go up to Jerusalem,
We go up to Jerusalem.
and all things that are written by the prophets
Oh, we seen all things written by the prophets
concerning the Son of Man
concerning the Son of Man. Now he was the Son of Man. He was the Son of Man. Read.
shall be accomplished.
Shall be accomplished.
For he shall be delivered unto the heathen, and shall be mocked,
This is what's going to happen to him. You're going to be mocked.
and spitefully entreated,
You're going to be killed, and you're going to be spitefully treated. Read.
and spitted upon.
Spit upon.
And they shall scourge him,
They're going to scourge him. They're going to be read.
and put him to death.
They're going to put him to death.
And the third day
And the third day,
he shall rise again.
he's going to rise again on the third day. See? And they did all that to him. Read on.
And they understood none of these things.
That's why I want you to read that one, because I'm trying to show you, he said it to them many times, but they didn't understand what it meant. In the Christian world, they don't understand what it meant today. See? He said he fulfilled that. See? That's in Luke, right? See? Now, Luke was not a disciple of the Messiah. He was a disciple of the Apostle Paul. See? So it means he's writing, I should have time to read about, I don't have time to read all this. See? He's writing to give an account as he made a thorough investigation himself to write down what he says. See? So his is based on an investigation. Now go to Luke 24. See? After the Messiah had fulfilled the law and the prophets, he went up to Jerusalem, and they did exactly what he said they would do. They killed him. They took his body off the cross and buried it. See? 3 days later, he rose from the dead. This is what we're reading now. He's risen from the dead, and now he's appearing to 2 disciples. See? Going to Emmaus. See? Okay, read now.
Luke 24 and 25.
Uh-huh.
Then he said unto them,
He said, now, he said unto them, read,
O fools,
O fool,
and slow of heart to believe.
why are you calling the disciples fools for?
For they were slow of heart.
See? He had told them what was going to happen. 3 days he's going to raise from the dead. This is the 3rd day. See? They're walking along, they're talking about the events that happened, they don't understand why. Here he's appearing to them. They don't recognize who he is at this time, but read on.
Then he said unto them, O fools, and slow of heart to believe, all that the prophets have spoken.
All that the prophets have spoken.
Ought not the Messiah to have suffered these things,
Ought not the Messiah to have suffered these
and
things,
enter into his glory?
and to enter into his glory?
And beginning at Moses,
And he began with Moses,
and all the prophets,
and then all the prophets. That's the law and the prophets. Read.
he expounded unto them
He expounded or explained unto them
in all the scriptures
in great details in all the scriptures. Now, they show the scriptures being the law and the prophets. See, read.
the things concerning himself.
The things concerning himself. So the Messiah was fulfilling what's in the law and the prophets concerning him. The law also talked about the devil. So you gotta make a decision when he's talking about the Messiah and when he's talking about the devil. Which gotta be in there. See? Now, we got the case before everybody. We're saying he's on a mission to do the will of the Father. He said he's come in to fulfill the law and the prophets. See? And I'm declaring to you that Christianity, they have missed the boat. See? The ships were sailed and went on across the river, you missed it. See, crying for it, see? But now look what happens now. See, we're gonna find out what he was doing. See? When the Messiah, let's take see the thing, this is what Yahweh gave Israel back here. Circumcision, he gave them ceremonies, he gave them baptism, he gave them suppers, he had sacrifices, the 10 Commandments. That's what he gave Israel back. That's all was given to Israel, and all of that was pointing to, that was naturally done, pointing to the spiritual. See? So when the Messiah comes in, he's coming in to fulfill all these things. So when he does it, he's bringing that to an end. See? We're going to take one of them right now. We don't have time to come them off. We're going to just take one of them. The word like suppers. Let's talk about that one for a while. See? Now in Luke, do I want it in Luke? No, I want it in Matthew. Matthew 26:17. I'm doing this way, but I want you to see I'm trying to build my case on why I'm saying what I'm saying. See? Here in Matthew, see? The reason why I'm going to Matthew was he was there. See? And he's saying here, let's read what he says here in 26:17.
Matthew 26:17. Now the first day of the Feast of Unleavened Bread, the disciples came to Joshua.
Hold it right there, hold it right there. I ain't know anything about no feast of unleavened bread. Never given me about keeping a feast of unleavened bread. What day is that? When is it? Winter time? Summertime? See? See? Bedtime? I don't know. But he's talking about a particular time. Talking about a particular time. See? Well, I said Israel was given that. But where was Israel given that? See? I'm trying to show you back here, when Yahweh brought the children of Israel out of the land, before they come up out of the land of Egypt, he's telling them, you prepare a sacrifice, and you have a feast before you leave there. See, 12th chapter of Exodus. See, now we're going back to Moses' right. And he tells you back here what they did. I'm pushing my time real fast, but see, I'm trying to lay it in case you see what I'm doing. I'm trying to show you Yahweh gave it to Israel back there. So when the Messiah comes, he's coming in to fulfill what they did. Right. So I'm going back here to find out what he told them to do back there. Good, now let's read. Exodus, the 12th chapter. Just start from verse 1, because in fact I got 7 at a time. I said what time was it? Exodus 12:1.
And Yahweh spake unto Moses.
And Yahweh spake unto Moses.
And Aaron in the land of Egypt,
this
saying,
is down here in the land of Egypt, saying.
This month shall be unto you the beginning of months.
Right there, now just think about it. Mm-hmm. Just stop. Whatever month the Egyptians had, forget about it. This is the first month to you, Israel. See? That was not January the 1st. That was April the 1st with Israel. Okay, read.
This month shall be unto you the beginning of months. Mm-hmm. It shall be the first month of the year to you.
It shall be the first month of the year to you. Mm-hmm. Read on.
Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel,
you
saying,
tell all the children of Israel.
In the 10th day of this month.
Don't tell the Egyptians.
Right.
Don't tell the Egyptians. This is private.
Right.
Just tell the Israelites. Okay, read.
In the 10th day of this month.
Now the 10th day of this month.
They shall take to them every man a lamb according to the house
you're
of their
going to go
fathers.
get your lamb. See, read.
According to their house of fathers.
Wait a minute, why are you doing all this stuff in the first place? This is the way you're going to get out of Egypt. You didn't bring a sword. Moses, when you come back there, you didn't bring a sword, you bring an armor. How are you going to get out of here? The Egyptians are all around there. I mean, how are we going to get out of here? This is how he's telling me to get out. Take out a lamb. See? He himself take a pig out. No chickens. Who wants a lamb? Read on. Let's get the description of the lamb. See, read.
If the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his house take it according to the number of souls.
You need about 3 people, 4 people in the house? So you can't eat the whole lamb. Go and let your neighbors know. You're supposed to eat this whole lamb up. See, read.
Every man according to his house. Every man according to his eating shall make your account for the lamb.
Now that means that I will eat a lot more than somebody else would eat. See, but this will have enough for everybody to eat. That's all. So, okay, read on.
Your lamb shall be without blemish.
Now this lamb had to be without blemish.
A male of the first year.
Had to be a male of the first year.
You shall take it out from the sheep or from the goat.
That means it was a young lamb. See, without blemish. Read.
You shall keep it until the 14th day of the same month.
You keep it out. You take it out on the 10th of that month. So you put him out on the land. That means you went and did an investigation, checked him all out, verified he don't have no bruises, he don't have no scars, he's been scratched. He's a perfect lamb. See? Now this was done throughout the land of Egypt, where the Israelites were in Goshen. See? They all pulled these lambs out. So lamb per house, and that's almost pretty close to 2 million people. See? So there's a lot of lambs being offered up. I want you to think about this now. Remember, they're surrounded with the Egyptians. See? All them lambs being killed on the 14th of April. Lambs don't squeal and holler and complain about being killed. They're quiet. See? The Egyptians don't know what's going on. See? Let's find out what he told me to do. Well, look, I'm trying to show you this is a way out of Egypt. They're in bondage to the Egyptians. This is the way to get out. See? So I would never thought about doing this. Well, this is not your plan. This is Yahweh's plan. So you got to think about whose plan it is. See? Now, you went to Israel. You told Israel, you do this. Take the lamb out on 10, hold over the 14. Now what said we do that?
And the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it between the two evenings.
You kill it between two. Read.
And they shall take up the blood and strike it on the two side posts and the upper door post.
You're going to take the blood of the lamb. Read.
And strike it on the two side posts and the upper door posts of the houses wherein they shall eat it.
Now he's going to take the blood in a basin or a bowl, whatever we want. Take some hyssop. See, it tells you better. It tells you better about that later on in the chapter. I don't have time to read all that. See, they got blood in the basin. They take hyssop.
Right.
They're supposed to strike the top of the door, the right, left door post, different from the basin. That's what it is. Over the door. See? Now, where are you going to do this? On the inside or on the outside of the door? See? We become very critical about things. See? This is done on the inside. Somebody said, why you say that? Because where's your blood at? It's on the inside. And when it comes out, you try and keep it inside. You put the copper, you try to just hold it in. You don't want to get out. But now, this was done down the inside. See? Okay, now, we don't look further.
And they shall eat the flesh in the night, roast with fire, and unleavened bread and bitter herbs, they shall eat it.
They're going to eat the flesh. See? In their houses. See? We're on there, I got to get a couple more verses.
Eat not of it raw, nor
Don't eat
boiled.
it raw. This is roast lamb. It's not boiled. See? This is roasted lamb. Okay, we on.
But roast with fire, his head with his legs, and with the inwards thereof. And ye shall let nothing of it remain until the morning.
You gotta eat the whole lamb. We on.
And that which remaineth of it until the morning ye shall burn with fire.
You have to burn it before. You have to be completely consumed. Read on.
And thus shall ye eat it,
And thus shall you eat it.
with
Read.
your loins girded.
Be ready to leave. Don't be getting ready. Gotta be ready. That's what we're trying to do now here. We know we're in the end of an age, so it's time for us to get prepared to change from this age to the next age. See? So he's telling the same thing. Be prepared. Read on.
Your shoes on your feet,
Shoes on your feet.
and your staff in your hand,
Staff in your hand.
and ye shall eat it in haste.
Eat it in haste.
It is Yahweh's Passover.
It is Yahweh's Passover. Read why.
For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night,
He's going to pass the land of Egypt this night.
and will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast.
Look, folks, this is all everything Yahweh's doing between life and death. You think about it? Everything he's doing between life and death. Either you do it or you're going to suffer the consequences. But what he said, I'm going to pass by, and when I see the blood, what?
I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast.
Well, man and beast, read.
And against all the deities of Egypt,
Now against all the deities or all the gods in Egypt. Read.
I will execute judgment. I am Yahweh.
I am Yahweh.
And the blood shall be to you a token unto the house where ye are. And when I see
It's a
the
token.
blood,
It's a sign. See? Now remember, this is the blood of a lamb. It figures, or it prefigures, in type, in shout, it prefigures the blood of the Messiah. See? So the Messiah, he is our lamb. You have to accept the lamb. You have to accept that he died of his blood. See? So down here, we're talking about getting out now. Getting out of man of Egypt. I'm talking about getting out of this physical life into a spiritual life. Well, I'm trying to show you what happened with them things. So back here, they did it back here in Egypt. This is the first Passover they had. When they got out in the woods, God said, you remember, you keep this every year. That's why they keep having to keep the Passover. Every year. See? Now they were supposed to do that throughout their generation. Their generation ended at the Messiah's death.
Right.
On the day of Pentecost, when he poured out his Spirit, that ended. physical Lord's Suppers.
Right.
Passovers, Lord's Suppers, see, the Eucharist, whatever term you want to use. That ended when the Messiah kept it with his disciples. See, he was buried, was crucified, buried, and raised from the dead. On the day of Pentecost, he poured out his Spirit. That's the chain I'm talking about. Oh, there's so much I need to add in this is to make it plain. See, but I'm trying to show you this is what was given to Israel down here. I'm trying to show you what was given to Israel. I made it clear the Egyptians didn't know anything about it. See, so the Israelites only knew it. See, now when you go back over there in Matthew, the 26th chapter, see, you'll find out the disciples, they already knew about Passover. So it's not something new. So he's not instituting Passover. He's not instituting supper. He's bringing it to an end. See, now they tell you and me, see, yeah, he did fulfill the Passover, but he got up and he instituted the Lord's Supper. Well, wait a minute. How many suppers can you eat at one time? As if you have a good supper. I mean, it's what they give you now. I mean, you probably eat 4 or 5 times when you get full. A little cracker, a little thimble full of juice. See, that would be a sad meal, especially for me. See, but I'm trying to give you an idea of what's going on here. They had a feast down there. They had to eat a whole lamb in the household. And what they did, they had to be burned up the next that morning. See? So then after they did that, what's going to happen? What are they going to do? They're going to leave, they're going to depart out of the land of Egypt. See? Now the lamb was in them, right? Mm-hmm. How far did they have to go? 3 days journey. So I mean the lamb was buried in them for 3 days. Mm. Then when he raised, went to the Red Sea, he resurrected on the 3rd day. Mm. That's a type, that's a figure of the Messiah going to be buried. See, died, be buried. See? 3rd day he's going to raise from the dead. It's a figure. But now with Israel, they've eaten the lamb's entombed in them. They walked 3 days through the Red Sea, if I'm going to say it. Resurrected on the other side on the 3rd day. See? That's a type of the Messiah's going to have to be crucified, buried, raised from the dead on the 3rd day. Now we're in Matthew now. Now we're down where the Messiah's fulfilling this now. See, he's not setting it up as something for you and I to do. This is what he's doing to fulfill it, to bring it to an end. See? Read, please.
Matthew 26 and 17.
Mm-hmm.
Now the first day of the Feast of Unleavened Bread.
Now, the first day of the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Now we know what time it is. April 14th. See? Read.
The disciples came unto him, saying unto him, Where wilt thou that we prepare to eat the Passover? And he said, Go into a city to such a man.
Where you at now?
17 and 1.
I'm down there. I'm down 16, 26 verse now.
You
Yeah, I'm down there. My reason for that is this.
want the supper?
See, I showed you that they knew about, the disciples never knew about the Passover. Mm-hmm. So where should we prepare to keep the Passover? Mm-hmm. See? Now mind you, this is the 3rd time they're keeping the Passover too. With the Messiah. The disciples are keeping the Passover with his disciples. See? Read on.
Matthew 26 and 26.
Mm-hmm.
And as they were eating.
Now think about it now. What was on the menu?
Lamb.
Had roast lamb. What else? Bitter herbs. That's a liquid. And unleavened bread. Now he said, as they were eating. Now they're either eating bread or eating lamb. See? As they were eating, read.
Joshua took bread.
Or he took the bread. So what were they eating then?
Lamb.
They were eating the lamb. Okay, they eating the lamb. Okay, read on.
And blessed it and broke it.
He breaks the bread and broke it, read.
And gave it to his disciples and said.
And gave it to his disciples and said.
Take,
eat.
This is my body.
Now watch what's happening. This is my body, not the bread I gave you. This is my body. The bread is not my body. See? That's only a type. But read on.
And he took the cup and gave thanks, and gave it to them, saying, Drink ye all of it, for this is my blood of the New Testament.
He did the same thing with the cup now. The cup now got the bitter herbs in it. See? We know what was on the menu. See? And the next time you go by and you see a picture of the Lord's Supper, stop by and take a look at it. See what they got on the plate. They got fish on there. See? Where do you find that in the book? You find that in the book on there. This is a figmentation of a carnal mind. See? Deceiving you. They don't want you to know the truth. But now what we're down here to point that out. See? Getting rid of the hidden things of dishonesty. See? But I'm trying to point that out so we see what we're talking about. Now follow what happened now. Watch what happens. Watch what happens now. He took the bread and broke it, gave it to him, said, this is, he said, take, this is my body which is broken for you. Talking about himself. See? Then read on, he said about the blood.
And he took the cup and gave thanks and gave it to them, saying, drink ye all of it.
Oh boy, so much in that. You ever think about it? He sat at a table with the disciples around. See? The cup represents the blood of the Messiah. I said it represented, it wasn't, I said it was bitter herbs in the cup. See? But he took that cup and he raised it up, top of the door, to the right side. He gave it to his hand. Then he could give it to the left side and set it back on the table. See? That's a cross there, folks. See, that's the supper, come out of the supper. Because he's telling what's going to happen. What did he say about the blood?
Drink ye all of it.
Drink ye all of it.
For this is my blood of the New Testament.
This is my blood of the New. He didn't shed no blood yet. So it's only a type. This is my blood of the New Testament. Read.
Which is shed for many.
Which is shed for many.
For the remissions of sins.
For the remission of sins. So he's shedding blood for your and my sins. That's what's so important. That's why we want to know him. So you know he's delivered you from sin. But you got to see what he's doing, how he's doing it. See, read on.
But I say unto you.
But I say unto you.
I will not drink henceforth.
I'm not going to drink no more henceforth.
Of this fruit of the vine.
Of this fruit of the vine. Let nobody talk about, oh, that's wine here, wine in the cup. See, this fruit of the vine, read on.
Until the day when I drink it anew with you in my Father's kingdom.
I drink it anew with my Father's kingdom. See, a little more of that. See, now I'm sure he's fulfilling that now. See? So he did that night. They got up from the table. There's a lot of things we said, I don't have time to go on, but they got up from the table, see, and went out that night. See? Went out and they crossed over the brook Kidron. Remember Israel, they crossed over the Red Sea. See, where they go into the borders. Okay. Crossed the brook Kidron and went. See, went into the garden of the city.
Sung a hymn. Sung a hymn.
Oh, and that's they sung hymn too, you know. Oh, you want to be real technical about things now. See, they did sing a hymn.
Right.
See, why they sing a hymn? They sing a hymn when Israel passed over the Red Sea. They got to sing a but then they rejoiced when y'all would overcome the rider and his horse over the Red Sea. They were rejoicing. Sung a hymn. See, they rejoiced. So I'm talking about they were fulfilling what's back here in the law. So when you see that, you're able to appreciate what he's doing. So when he did that, he was bringing that to an end. See? No more to do it that way. See? Let's look on a little bit further. Let's get this over here. And that's what Matthew said. Let's go to hear what Paul said. I mean, what Luke said. See? 11, 1 Corinthians 11, Paul. Yeah, Paul writing 1 Corinthians 11, 20. Now, I already told you that Luke was not there at the supper. So if he's not at the supper, why are you going to go to this here? We're reading. Okay, first, I said Luke tonight. First, I want 1 Corinthians 11 and 20. This is the Apostle Saul. He was not there either.
Right, it's true.
See? He was not there to the last supper. Oh, a whole bunch I want to talk about him, but I don't have time to do it now. See? But he was not there at the supper. But he's writing about this Passover as though he was there. See? So what happened? He had a vision.
Right.
He had a revelation. He saw this on his way down to Damascus. This is what made him understand the Messiah's mission. Read what he says. Read.
When ye come together,
When ye come together
therefore,
in a congregation, when you come together, therefore,
into one place,
into one place.
this is not to eat the Lord's Supper.
Did you read that correctly? He said, this is not to eat the Lord's Supper. How come all these churches are having Lord's Suppers? He said, this is not to eat the Lord's Supper in a congregation. Read on what he said there. Read.
For in eating every one taketh before the other his supper,
Mm-hmm.
and one is hungry,
One is hungry,
and another is drunken.
and another is drunk. I remind me of the founder. He brought that up, in Springfield. The minister got a hold of that and said, oh no, we got to do something about that. Something about one's hungry, one's thirsty. See? So they had to go out and buy a whole bunch of little bitty cups. See, put the wine or grape juice, whatever you're using. See, cut the little pieces of bread up for the bread. They had to pass it out to everybody, so they had a piece of the bread and a piece of a cup of the, so they all had the juice at the same time. See, they're waiting now, waiting for the command. See? But they try to keep them, see, the boss says, why one's hungry, one's drunk. See? So he said, now everybody gets a cup, and he wishes everybody gets one. He put the whole church. See? Can you picture a church about 3 or 4 people? They got service, everybody in the church. Then after everybody gets a cup and a wafer, 1, 2, 3. Now I guess they had total which was we first. Probably eat the cracker first. See? And then the wine. Or the grape juice, whatever they use. See? That's what they want to try to do. That's trying to get back to the founder why he said, that's what Paul said. Paul said, why are you drinking that? Because one's hungry, one's drinking. One's hungry, one's drunk, see? We're read on now.
What?
What?
Have ye not houses to eat and to
So he's
drink
telling them,
in?
don't eat in the congregation, you go eat in the house. Why are you saying that, Saul? You're saying that because that's what they did down there. They ate it in their houses. See? Then think about it. Your body is a house. See, so we're going to eat it in your own house. See? Read on. We got some more to get in. Read on.
Or despise ye the church of Yahweh?
Or despise you the church or the assembly of Yahweh. See, the church is in should be the assembly of Yahweh. See? Read on.
And shame them that have not.
And shame them that have not. Read on.
What shall I say unto you?
What shall I say unto you?
Shall I praise you in this?
Should I praise you for doing this in the congregation?
I praise you not.
I praise you not. Read.
For I have received of Yahweh that
For
which
I have
also-
received of Yahweh, read,
that which also I delivered unto you,
which I delivered unto you, read,
that Yahshua the Messiah, the same night in which he was betrayed, took bread.
now remember Saul was not there. So what's happening, what he saw in the vision of what took place that night. How the Messiah took bread, read,
And when he had given thanks,
and when he had given thanks,
he brake
he
it
brake it
and said, Take,
and said, take,
eat.
eat,
This is my body.
this is my body. Not that, this is my body. There's no difference between this and that now. See, this is my body, read,
which is broken for you.
which is broken. How is it going to be broken? When the Messiah was crucified, see, buried, raised from the dead, a quickening spirit, see, 10 or 50 days later, he poured out his spirit in the hearts of man and men. That's when he's broken. His body's broken in the hearts of man and men. See? Read on.
This do in remembrance of me.
They said, now do this in remembrance. Why are you saying do this in remembrance of me? Because when the children of God hear the voice, God said, do keep the Passover in remembrance of the Passover. See? It's a memorial. Right. Read on.
After the same manner also,
Uh-huh.
he took the cup,
Now he took the cup,
and when he had supped,
and when he had supped,
saying,
he said,
This cup is the New Testament
this
in my
cup is
blood.
the New Testament of
In my blood.
in my blood.
This do ye
This do ye,
as oft as ye drink it in remembrance of me.
do it in remembrance of me. Now watch what he said now. This is critical. This is what it says here now. This is Paul writing about. Do this in remembrance of me. Now everybody's trying to, they're talking about he left, after he was raised from the dead, 40 days he carried on earth, and then he took on down on a cloud and went up in the sky so great he's ever built a big house for us to go to. That's what they say. See? But this is what he's saying now. I'm trying to understand what he's saying here. Read what he says.
For as often as ye eat this bread,
For as often as you eat this bread,
and drink this cup,
and you drink this cup,
ye do show Yahshua's death till he come.
you're showing his death till he comes. See? Now, wait a minute. If he's raised from the dead, why should I need to show he's dead anymore? If he's raised from the dead, why then I need to keep Passover? Because it's showing forth his death. He's already, look folks, he's talking to his disciples. See? When he was crucified, buried 3 days, raised from the dead, he came right back up to his disciples. So he came to the same disciples, right back to the same one. He's back. He's not going back. He's not waiting for we come all the way down 2,000 years later, he's going to appear on the scene again. No, he's already back. See, he's a quickening spirit now. Read on. Read on. Wherefore,
whosoever shall eat this bread,
whosoever shall eat this bread,
and drink this cup of Yahshua,
every time you eat this bread and drink this cup of Yahshua,
unworthily,
shall
be guilty of the body and the blood of Yahshua. But let a man examine himself.
Every time they do this, they deny it. He denied that he's not risen from the dead. Because it showed forth his death and suffering. If it showed forth his death and his suffering, see, then on this side when he raised from the dead, he's raised from the dead a quickening spirit. See, you go back to showing something back that he did that points to his death, he's not dead now. So why going to do that? He's raised from the dead. He's a quickening spirit. He's alive and well. He's in the hearts and minds of men. Joshua in you is the only hope of glory. So he should be alive and well in your heart and mind today. You don't need no crackers, grape juice now. Because now he's in you. He's the true bread. I'm talking about understanding and knowing why he did what he did. That's the knowledge that you need to have. See? Now read the, I gotta go, time. Go give me Revelations.
3:20.
3rd chapter of Revelation. Revelation means revealed. See? Here's another, oh boy, look at here. Here's John. See? Peter, see, when the Messiah, after he raised from the dead, see, after the Messiah raised from the dead, he took the boys and they went out fishing. See? And he's up there talking to his brother and telling what's going to happen to each one of them. See? He didn't say nothing about John. See? The John I'm talking about, this John was the one that Messiah took up in the mountain. Peter, James, and John. They went up in the mountain. He transfigured before them. See? I'm talking about this John. I'm talking about Revelation. See? And after he did, and after that, Peter asked him, what's going to happen to this man? You told about how we're going to be put before kings, we're going to be killed. What's going to happen to this man here, John? So what if it will that I come again to you? See, that he tarry till I come again. So I mean, Yahweh spared his life until he comes again. On the Isle of Patmos, that's where he appeared to him on the Isle of Patmos. And he showed me the vision, he's on the Isle of Patmos to confirm what Moses and the prophets wrote. That was his mission. So now we're going to Revelation to understand what's going on. See? Read.
Revelations 3:20.
Uh-huh.
Behold, I stand at the door.
John says, he stands at the door.
And knock.
And knock. Look, folks, this is not the Jehovah's Witnesses either. See? He said, behold, I stand at the door and knock. Well, how's he doing that? See? He's speaking to a vessel, see, preaching the true gospel. He's knocking at the door of your conscience. You understand it. So behold, I stand at the door and knock. Read.
If any man hear my voice.
If you hear his voice.
And open the door.
And if you open the door, if you receive it, read.
I will come into him.
I'm going to come into him.
And will sup with him.
And I'm going to sup with him. Now,
And he with me.
This is a true supper now. See, I'm going to sup with him, and he with me. This is in the spirit now. This is a spiritual thing. See? He's going to come and he's going to preach the gospel. See? You either receive it or reject it. If you receive it, he's going to come into you, and you and him are going to be communicating with each other in the spirit. Not physically, in the spirit now. See? Did you finish up there? Okay. So I'm trying to show you, that's how it's done in the spirit now. It's not natural. Now the same way he did that, see, the same thing applies to everything else he did. Let me verify it one more time. Let me have Colossians 2 and 9. Real quick, and we'll finish up with that. See? I'm trying to show his mission was not to set a way for you and you to follow. He was bringing the things that were under the old covenant to an end, that he might establish a new covenant. That's the way he's doing it. Read from me. Colossians 2 and 9.
For in him dwelleth
For
all,
in him, in Joshua,
dwelleth all fullness
dwelleth all the fullness
of the supernal nature of Yahweh
of the
in bodily
supernal
form.
nature of Yahweh
In bodily form.
in bodily form.
And ye are complete in him.
Now it says you and I, we are complete in him. So whatever happened to him, it happened to us. Okay, now, just keep in mind, whatever happened to him, happened to us. Read on, we're going to shoot away some ways me there.
Which is the head of all principalities.
He's the head of all principalities
And
and
powers.
powers. Read.
In whom also ye are circumcised with the circumcision made without hands.
He said you're circumcised with the circumcision made without hands. So when the Messiah was circumcised 8 days after his birth, see, that's when you and I got circumcised. When you believe in the Messiah. You go do it. Just believe. Read.
And putting off the body of the sin
And put off the body of the sin
of the flesh
of the flesh.
by the circumcision of the Messiah.
By the circumcision of the Messiah. So when the Messiah was circumcised, I was circumcised. You were circumcised also. That's if you believe in the Messiah. See, read on.
Buried with him
Buried with him
by baptism.
by baptism. So when he got baptized, you and I were baptized. Well, let's go do it now. Just believe that he did it for you, and you shall be saved. See, read.
Wherein also ye are risen with him
Now you're risen with him
through the faith of the operation
through
of
the
Yahweh,
faith of the operation of Yahweh,
who hath raised him from the
who
dead.
has raised him from the dead. Read.
And you, being dead in
And
your
you and I
sins,
being dead in our sins,
and in the uncircumcision of flesh,
and in the uncircumcision of the flesh, talking about the Gentiles, the uncircumcised, read.
have he quickened
He quickened us, he
together
put us together with the Jews. See? Read.
with him,
Mm-hmm.
having forgiven you all trespasses,
Our trespasses, read.
blotting out the handwriting of ordinances,
He blotted, look, folks, he would come in, and all he did was just blot it out. Blot it out. You don't see the word, it's gone. Don't do it no more. Because he blotted it out. He fulfilled it, brought it to the end. See? So now you gotta do is step his blood. And when you step the blood, step the Messiah, you got his baptism, you got his death, you got his burial, you got everything he did, he's complete in him. That's why Paul said you're complete in him. You are complete in him. So when you come in and you understand what the Messiah's mission is, you have to do all these things. See? Because now you're walking in the Spirit. You're not walking in the flesh anymore. You're walking in the Spirit. What did the Messiah tell the woman at the well? Did he tell her? See, we're not, you're not, up in this, he was in Samaria. Said, he's telling her, you're not going to worship him in this mountain, or in the mountain in Jerusalem. So that means they were doing natural worship, natural things back there. See, why are you not going to do that? Because Yahweh is spirit, and he seeks Yahweh seeks them and worship him in spirit and in truth. See, so when you accept the Messiah, you got everything, because he said he was the truth. See, so you got truth. See, you got the eternal life through him. Everything's done through him. But all you got to do is accept his word. If you don't accept it, then you abide by the consequences. Okay. Questions and answers. Okay, Charles.
You're talking about when the Messiah fulfilled the Passover supper. So for 1,500 years, they were keeping that supper for the most part. Talking about
They
Israel.
were trying to do. Yeah, we're talking about Israel, right? Okay, I got you.
So that lamb that was first given to Israel to consume that pointed to the Lamb of Yahweh, so that's lamb, right? And then so, the bitter herbs, that points to the vinegar that they gave him on the cross, and also the bitter death that he was gonna die.
Yes, that's right, that's right.
Okay, so then, and then the other thing is the bread,
Mhm.
and he said he's the bread that came down from heaven,
Yeah, but we're gonna bread with
and it
him.
was unleavened,
Unleavened bread, right.
so showing that he hadn't risen yet.
That's correct, that's right.
Okay, so all those things pointed to his death, and showed
Right.
forth his death,
Death, burial, and death, to show forth his death.
his death.
Right.
So, we're not supposed to be doing that on this side of the cross, it wasn't given to us anyway as Gentiles,
Right.
but even if we were a Jew, like Lucy's a Jew,
Mhm.
you know, he's risen, so, I mean, it just doesn't make any sense, you know. I don't understand. Well, that was given to me as a Roman Catholic, and then later on as a Christian, and I thought that I was supposed to do that to show forth his death, you know. We have to know that he died, but the power is in his resurrection.
That's correct, that's right. That's exactly right.
So I just wanted to, the bitter herbs is really my question. So it's showing forth that he was gonna be given vinegar when he was on the cross.
Right, that's one
But,
thing.
so my question is, it was also the bitter death that he was gonna
That's
die.
also a part of it, right, yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to-
Yeah. So much is right. Let me say, see, what we're just trying to make it as plain as I can. Yahweh gave Israel, right here, a law that was physical, natural, not spiritual, for them to do in types and shadows that point down to the Messiah. Now, when the Messiah comes in, he's got to take them out from under this covenant by keeping the law. And when he keeps the law, he brings that to an end. Then his death, his burial, and his resurrection. See, 40 days he tarried, and then he ascended to heaven. And 10 days after he ascended, he poured out his spirit in the hearts of men. Now he's spiritual on this side. So now, doing all the things he did back here naturally, he does not apply over on this side of the cross. Because that's what these things back here, they're showing forth his death. Now he's alive, he's a wicked spirit. This is all that leads you up to the Messiah who might have life in him. Let me bring another point that you. This was the first covenant given to Israel. And when Moses brought down the first table of stone, Israel built a golden calf against the law he gave. He told them, thou shalt not make anything in the nights in the heavens above, the earth beneath. Should not make anything out of it. Don't make anything. So they built a golden calf. Well, he comes down from the mountain, he was hot through the tablestone down and broke. Then Yahweh then told him, see, you got another set of stones, you bring them up the mountain, and I will write on them the same thing was on the first tablestone. He comes down from the mountain this time, see, he had an Ark of the Covenant here in the tabernacle, which he was told to build. I didn't even get nowhere near that day. See, he had to lay them in the Ark of the Covenant. See, now that symbolized, that pointed to, see, him putting the law in your heart and in your mind. Now, let me see if I got some book for that, but I said, see, remember, somebody got to be in the law, got to be talked about. See, in the law. Now, back here with Moses, it was demonstrated by writing on the tablestone first, broken it into two. Then Moses took out his own tablestone, and you always wrote on them. That means the second tablestone, and that was put in the tabernacle. See, now let's get it confirmed. See, now that was the first one given to Israel. Now on Jeremiah 31:31. Jeremiah 31. This is the prophet now. See, read on.
Behold, the days come, saith Yahweh.
Now here we go. This is the prophet Jeremiah. Said, behold, the days come, said Yahweh. And who said it now? This is not Fred Allen saying that. See? This is Yahweh saying that. That's the Father. Through Jeremiah. That's right. Through Jeremiah. Read.
That I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel.
Now remember, this first covenant was made in Israel, so he said, make a new covenant with Israel. Okay, read.
And with the house of Judah.
And with the house of Judah. Now, why he said Israel and Judah now? He's saying Israel and Judah based upon, they had, when they got over Canaan, they were disobedient, and Yahweh divided them. I'll put it that way. See? Oh, the Israelites, they were in Jerusalem, and Israel, they had their headquarters there in Samaria. Israel, Jew. So he's saying, I'll make a new covenant with the house of Israel and the house of Judah. Okay, read on.
Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers.
It won't be like the one he made with the fathers. So right there, you know that you can't do another thing they did back here. Because it won't be like that. See? They had to offer a sacrifice when a man's sin. That's a physical. I'm talking about a physical. Look, folks. See? Think about it today. The priest, you had to have priests today. I'm talking about if you live under this old covenant back here as they did. See? When you sin, you had to go in your farm, go get you a bullock or a lamb or turtle, whatever was required for the sin you had committed. Take it to the high priest, and he had to kill it. See? I think how many people sin daily. The priests have a big job. See? They had to offer that sacrifice up for their sin, but that only covered it until the Day of Atonement. Then it was wiped out with the Day of Atonement, then they got to go back, same thing over again. See? Now, we're talking about he's not going to make one like this one back here. See? So it's going to be something different than one he had back here. Read on.
In the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt.
He took them out by the hand and brought them out of the land of Egypt. Read.
Which my covenant they break.
Now he brought them out of the land of Egypt. He said, which my covenant they broke. Read.
Although I was an husband unto them.
I was a good husband. They wandered around in the wilderness 40 years. The shoes didn't wear out, the clothes didn't wear out. He fed them all the time. He was a good husband unto them. Read.
Saith Yahweh. But this shall be the covenant.
Now this is going to be the covenant.
That I will make with the house of Israel. After those days.
After those days.
Saith Yahweh.
Says Yahweh.
I will put my law in their inward parts.
Oh, this is different. This one, he spoke it to them, they heard what he said. Then they supposed to live up to it, try to keep the law. They had to write it on the, everything was external to them. But now he says, now this new covenant, I'm going to put it in their inward parts, read.
And write it in their hearts.
I'm going to write it in their hearts.
And I will be their Elohim.
And I will be their Elohim.
And they shall be my people.
And then they shall be my people. See, that's what he made a new covenant. So he's going to take away the old covenant, and he's going to bring in a new covenant. Your old covenant was natural, physical, the next one's going to be spiritual. That's all he's doing. See? Ezekiel 36:24.
Ezekiel 36 and 24.
36:24, right.
For I will take you from among the heathen.
Now he's saying now he's talking about Israel again. They went over to Canaan, they disobeyed Yahweh, scattered them among the heathen, among the nations back there. So I'm going to take you from among the heathens, read.
And gather you out of all countries.
Gather out of all countries.
And will bring you into your own land.
We'll bring you into your own land. See what happened when they come back. You go to Acts of Apostles. In Jerusalem, that's where they came back. Came from all nations, came to Jerusalem. See, to Jerusalem back there, read.
Then will I sprinkle clean water upon you.
Then will I sprinkle clean water. Now, he's not talking about water, he's talking about the Spirit. See, water's only a type. See, where are you going to find clean water today? We have a hard time just getting fresh water. We're getting water anyhow. See? We're going to sprinkle clean water. That's only a figure of Spirit. You're going to receive a Spirit water. Spirit. Spirit. Okay, read on.
And ye shall be clean.
You shall be clean. Read.
From your filthiness and from all your idols will I cleanse you.
He's going to cleanse you, see?
A new heart also I will give you. And a new spirit will I put within you.
He's going to put it within you. So this is an inside job. How you doing? He's preaching the gospel, and you're going to hear it, and it's going to cleanse your inside. He's going to call you to accept the blood of the Messiah, and then thereby, when you believe it, he's going to cleanse your heart and mind. He's going to cause you to walk upright before Yahweh. See, this is the work of Yahweh. He's doing the work. See? Read on.
A new heart also I will give you,
A new heart also will I give you,
and a new spirit will I put within you.
and a new spirit will I also put within
And I
you.
will take away the stony heart out
I'm
of
going
your
to take
flesh.
this is stony heart. This is what Israel had. They had this old covenant. That was a stony heart. He had to take that away, read.
And I will give you a heart of flesh.
Then I'm going to give you a heart of flesh.
And I will put my spirit within you.
I'm going to put my spirit within you.
And cause you to walk in my
I'm
statutes.
going to call you to walk upright. I don't have to worry about somebody watching that and see whether you're a good boy or not. Good woman or not. It's just, the spirit will take care of it. See, you're telling you. Did you finish?
And ye shall keep my judgment
You will keep my
and do them.
And do them. Now, okay, but I had you in Colossians 2. You stopped at a certain point. I want to read on down. You should. Now I need Hebrews 10 and 5. Read it, Mister.
But I just want to see if he said that you are circumcised with him by his circumcision.
Mhm.
And later on, maybe you could explain what's cut away and what circumcision was and how we're circumcised today.
But we got time. Read. Colossians. But in Colossians 2, it says we're circumcised when the circumcision made without hand. For verse
Colossians 2 and
11.
11. In whom also ye are circumcised with the circumcision made without hands.
You're circumcised with the circumcision made without hands. Now back here in the old covenant, it was made by hand. See, it was a circumcision of the male order to reveal the head, cutting away of the flesh. Now that was done when Yahweh made a promise to Abraham that in his seed will bless all the families of earth. He sealed it by circumcision. He had to have his whole household circumcised. See, that separated Israel from the Gentiles. Gentiles weren't circumcised. The Israelites were circumcised. See, now that's Abraham. That's about 400 years, 490 years before the giving of the law. I'm going to say it that way. Actually, about 400 years before the giving of the law. See, they were under circumcision. That's the first thing given. When a Gentile wanted to be an Israelite, they had to be circumcised first before they even go in among the Jews. See, circumcision first required. Now, that was the cutting away of the flesh to reveal the head. Now, on top of that see, Israel, because they were so stiff-necked and hard-headed, you obviously they had to be circumcised, that their let me give you Jeremiah 4, 4 and Deuteronomy 30 and 6. I think it is. And I think it's also in 10, something in Deuteronomy.
You want Jeremiah 4 and 4
I
first?
believe that's correct. 4.
Circumcise yourselves to Yahweh,
He says, circumcise yourselves to Yahweh.
and take away the foreskin of your heart.
Take away the foreskin of your heart. See, real.
Ye men of Judea,
Okay. Now he's telling them to circumcise the foreskin of your heart. See, that means your heart. Now that's talking about. Here's back here. They are all natural, carnal minded. Everything they did was for a natural, physical standpoint. So now on this side of the cross, we got to cut away all that stuff you believe in. Natural, physical way of worship. That's got to be done away. That's the cutting away of the flesh on this side. See, talking about your spiritual awareness now. See, now we read that we were circumcised with the circumcision made without hands. See, now over on this side, whether Jew or Gentile, set in the ordinance right now. Through the preaching of the gospel, we are cutting away these things that you had to do from a natural person. We couldn't away by the preaching of the gospel. You accept the Messiah, you're going to be saved by that. See? Go on and read there in Colossians there.
Blotting out the handwriting of ordinance
Right out the handwriting ordinances.
that was against us,
That was against, now he said against them, back then, the Jews, they had a hard time keeping that law. See, read.
which was contrary to us,
Which was contrary to us, read.
and took it out of the way,
He took that out, so that means he moved it out of the way, read.
nailing it to the cross.
Nailing it to the cross. So when he was crucified, see how we got to do on this. Nailing it to the cross. See? He's bringing that all this stuff to the end. That's what it says, the end. See, read on.
And having spoiled principalities and powers,
Read.
he made a show of them openly,
Openly, did it right in front of everybody. Read.
triumphing over them in it.
Right, read.
Let no one condemn you regarding sacrificial meal and
Don't let
drink
nobody
offering,
condemn you in sacrificial meal in holy days and keeping of the Sabbath and all that. Don't let nobody do that. See, read.
which are a show of things to come.
Now, they were show things.
Shadow.
Shadow things to read.
But the substance is the
The
Messiah.
substance or the essence is the Messiah. Read.
Let no man beguile you
Now I said, don't let no man beguile you or trick you or fool you.
of your
That's what
reward.
happened to the ministry in the world. They fooled us. They lied to us. See, they told us that we had to do those things for salvation. Here the Messiah, he came in and moved it out of the way. That was what was revealed to the founders of this school. He was showing how the Messiah moved that out of the way that you might worship him in spirit and in truth. Read.
Let no man beguile you of your reward
Right.
in a voluntary humility,
Oh, if they're so voluntary. Oh, so holy. You ever look in the Catholic Church, they got a cross in front of him. He's walking behind death. Because the cross represents death. The cross represents death. See? Well, now he's walking around holding up and falling behind death. And what happened was, see, when the Messiah died, they lost him. They didn't know what happened to him after that. He was buried, raised a quickening spirit. Now on this side is a quickening spirit. See? And they missed it, but he came back in the hearts and minds of men on the day of Pentecost. See? What verse you at now?
as 18.
Well, read on. I gotta get down to 21. Read.
Let no man beguile you of your reward
Give me
in
Hebrews 10. Okay.
a voluntary humility,
Involuntary humility.
and
Read.
worshiping of angels,
In the worship of angels.
intruding into those things which he have not seen.
Don't know nothing about the law, nothing about the prophets. Don't know a thing about it. And talk about angels, don't know a thing about angels. They're just intruding things they don't even know nothing about. Read.
Vainly puffed up
Vanity puffed up
by his fleshly mind,
by his fleshly or carnal mind. Read.
and not holding the head,
Now holding up Yahshua's side.
Right.
Read.
from which all the body by joint and band having nourishment, ministered and knit together, increased with the increase of Elohim. Wherefore, if ye be dead with the Messiah,
If, now this is a bigger question to you. If you be dead with the Messiah. See, wherefore, if you be dead with the Messiah, read.
from the rudiments of the
So
world,
there's also they had back here, that's the rudiments. Raise your hand on the whole cover, that's the rudiments. See, if you be dead to the, if you be dead with the Messiah, why are you dead subject to these, well, that's what we're going to talk about, we don't, please help us.
why, as though living in the
Why
world,
is no living in the world?
are ye subject to ordinances,
Are you yet subject to these natural, physical ordinances? See, why are you subject to them? Read.
touch not,
He said, touch not,
taste not,
taste not,
handle not,
handle not.
which
Don't handle none of these things. Don't touch any of these things. That's what Paul's talking about. What the minister in the church is. Don't drink no wine, don't drink no whiskey, don't do no dancing. They got a whole bunch of laws we have to do. That's not what he's talking about. He's talking about you doing these things back here. That's what Paul's talking about. He's not talking about your habits. He didn't die for your habits. See? He died to overcome your sin, being a sinner. See, by doing these things back here, folks, see, you're sinning. You're sinning by doing those type of things. Because what are you doing? You're denying he died for you. Every time you eat the Lord's Supper, be baptized, you deny him. So you made a show of him openly. See, read on for them.
which all are to perish.
They're going to perish with that,
With the using,
with the using of that.
after the commandment and doctrine of men.
Amen. Just bring it simple. The man's talking. They have not been born of the Spirit. They're doing everything from a natural, physical standpoint. See? Now here's Paul's letter to the Hebrews. Hebrews 10 and 5.
Hebrews 10 and 5.
Mm-hmm.
Wherefore, when he cometh into the world,
Wherefore, when the Messiah came into the world,
he saith,
sacrifices
sacrifices
and burnt offerings,
thou wouldest not.
thou wouldest not. That's what they had back then. They had a bunch of them. Sacrifices and burnt offerings they had back then. Sacrifices and burnt offerings thou wouldest not, read.
But a body,
But a body,
That's
that Messiah was a special prepared body. See, just like Yahweh told Israel back here, draw the lamb on the tent. Special prepared body. Separated from the rest of the flock. See? That I prepared for thee. Read.
thou prepared me
Mm-hmm.
in burnt offerings and sacrifice for sin.
In
thou-
burnt offerings and sacrifices for sin, which they did back here, read.
Thou had no pleasure.
I didn't have no pleasure in that. Read on.
Then said I,
Then said I,
Lo,
lo,
I come
I come.
in the volume of the
I'm
book.
coming in the volume of the law and the prophet. That's the book.
It is written of
It
me
is written to me.
to do thy will.
To do thy will, O Yahweh. Now, he's doing the will of Yahweh by the things he did. This is what's pleasing the Father, because he wants him to take this old covenant out of the way, move it out of the way that the new covenant might come into effect. That's his mission. Read.
Above what he said,
Above what he said,
sacrifice and offering,
sacrifice and offering,
and burnt offerings,
and burnt offering,
and offerings for sin,
and offering they had for sin,
thou wouldest not.
thou wouldest not.
Neither has pleasure therein,
Neither have any pleasure in it,
which
read,
are offered by the law.
which is offered by the law. Read.
Then said he,
Then said he,
Lo,
lo,
I come to do thy will.
I've come to
O
do thy
Yahweh.
will, O Yahweh. What am I doing? I'm coming to do it, to take away the old covenant. Read.
He taketh away the first,
Take away the first covenant,
that he may establish the second.
that he may establish the second. On the day of Pentecost, a mighty rushing wind came in the house where they were sitting in, and they were filled with the Holy Spirit. That was a new covenant they received in their heart, and that made them understand what this all back here meant. So they knew they didn't have to do it no more. That's what set the persecution for the Jews back there. See, because Peter,
Right.
he received letters from the Pope, the priest. Paul. He's going to do some on why he's going to stage. See, but Saul, he went up to the priest and got letters of authority to go and bring anybody in, put him in jail, have him stoned to death, whatever, that taught against keeping the law of Moses. See, so that's what he was doing. When he was on his way down to Damascus, he had letters in his hand to do that. But when Joshua appeared to him on the way to Damascus, he then realized the Messiah came in and fulfilled the law. See, then he knew better to do that anymore. See, and after Paul received that, see, what happened to him? See, Paul seen that on his way down to Damascus. He was stricken blind for 3 days. See, and then Ananias came in and told him, see, told him a better way. And then after he saw that, then Saul went on from there. Saul went on from there, went on back to Mount Sinai. He was there for a while. He left Mount Sinai and came back to Damascus and preached there for a while. He left there and went up to Jerusalem, seen the boys up in Jerusalem for a little while. I'm not what he did, but now he got to understand, something happened. He got to understand now the Messiah came and moved this natural out of the way. Before he was persecuting anybody that taught that. See, now they had a problem with it too. When Paul walked in, see the book, I think the book referred, Paul had a pretty good sized stature. You know? He was tall, heavy set man. See, he had poor eyesight, but nevertheless he was a big man. See, he walked around. See, and they looked at him. See, and they thought, this is the same one that was killing us, because we taught against the law of Moses. But now he always turned his heart around and caused him to see and understand that who he was, what the Messiah was all about. See, that's what we get to do. We get to come down here and find out the Messiah's mission. See, he came in on a mission. Look for us in John 19 and 30. He said, it's finished. He's on the cross. He said, it's finished. What's finished? I finished fulfilling the law and the promise. I brought it to them. That's what you see, the end. See? Romans 10:1.
Brethren, my heart's desire
Paul's heart desire. See?
and prayer to Yahweh for Israel is that they might be saved.
That they might be saved. Read.
For I bear them record
For I bear them record
that they have a zeal of Yahweh,
they have the zeal of Yahweh,
but not according to
but
knowledge.
they don't have no knowledge. They have to still do these overnatural physical things. They don't have no understanding. They didn't have no knowledge. Read.
For they, being ignorant of Yahweh's
They
righteousness,
being ignorant of Yahweh's righteousness. That's why Paul said that. So Yahweh had mercy on him because he did it ignorant. See, read on.
and going about to establish their own
Going about
righteousness,
establishing their own righteousness.
have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of Yahweh.
Right, read.
For the Messiah is the end
For the Messiah, I had already at the children. For the Messiah, he was what? He was the end
of the sacrificial law.
of the sacrificial law. See? Of the law back there. See? The law that was given to Israel. He was the end of that. Before that, so everything that was before that, done away with now. Now it's in the spirit. See? So you have to set your heart and mind now in the spirit. You know that Yahweh came in throughout the body of Yahshua Messiah. Came in and fulfilled what was in the law of the law said. See, about him being crucified. See, buried. Somebody said, where you find that at? You find that Yahweh took Moses up to the mountain. It shows him how he created the heavens and earth. On the first day, he said the earth was inundated with water, covered with water. See, the earth was inundated with water the first day. See, and then Yahweh said to Moses, heard him up there, said, let there be light on the first day. See, earth still covered with water. On the second day, he said, let the waters above the waters beneath be separated. And that was done on the second day. But on the third day, he said, cause the water to go off the face of it, and the dry land appeared on the third day. I wonder why, because children came over on the third day, they went through the Red Sea on dry land. It's like this, the dry land, water go off the face of the dry land. That's a resurrection on the third day. See, I'm talking about how Yahweh's proving himself. You got to repeat over and over and over again. See, you find that it has to come, the Messiah come in. His death, see, for about the end of that old covenant. See, he declared, third day he rose from the dead. See, he tarried for 40 days. See, then he ascended into heaven. 10 days after that, he poured out his spirit in the heart and mind of men. And they will have they become a new man. You can now understand now of what the Messiah was doing is now coming in their hearts and minds. And they were able to go out and fight. You remember Paul? Oh, I think it's time to stop here. See, you find it with the Apostle Peter. Peter, he was up there before him at the Last Supper. The Messiah told him, see, I'm going to go over to Jerusalem and be killed. See, the Messiah, oh, no, it ain't going to happen to you. I got my sword. I'll take care. I'll fight you to the end. See, ready to defend him. Defend him for him. The Messiah turned to him and said, Peter, before the cock crowed, he would deny me 3 times. See, and Peter said, oh, no, I got my sword. I ain't going to do that. See, they go out there. They left the supper. One of them broke Peter and sang a song, and sang a hymn. Went on up to the Garden of Gethsemane. Out there in the Garden of Gethsemane, he's out there. See, he's out there. The Messiah said, I go yonder to pray. He went over yonder and prayed, Father, let this cup pass, but not my will, but thy will be done. So he knew he's coming to the world to take away the sins of the world. He knew he had to go to the cross. See, but because he already told us what was going to happen. See, but now now the soldiers come out there to pick him up, to get him. See, why are you out there? Why are the soldiers out there in the first place? See, remember when Yahweh told Adam to disobey the commandment of Yahweh put his sword, sent an angel there with a sword. See, drove Adam out of the garden back here. Now here's the Messiah back in the garden again. Here's Jews coming up with a sword and then to take him captive. When they took him, what did he do? See, Peter, he threw his sword out there, chopped over Maturus' son's ear. See, chopped his ear off. See, Messiah went down, put it back on him. See, he did by the sword, died by the sword. See, then went on. Who did he come for? So he come up for Yahshua of Nazareth. I'm he! They go backwards. Say, come on. See, I thought, who had him? Yeah, I said, I'm he. See, I was up in the temple the other day, you didn't say anything asking about me then. Really? See? See, now what's happening to come out again, see? And Peter. See, when they took Peter, took Messiah, bound him and took him on to the high priest's house first. See, I don't know what they did with the Messiah. See, when they did all this Messiah, here he was, there. See, I'm talking about Messiah, he's up there, and Peter, he's up there. They kept, did I see you around with the Messiah? No, I didn't know. I don't know nothing about that man. I didn't go around that man. See, he's up there. See, it was a cool night. He's up there warming around the park. See, he's up there. I'm sure you were running in the south. I'm sure you were with him before. No, I was not with him. See? Somebody asked him about it again. He says, no, I didn't. And Dr. Kennedy said he started cussing to him. Because he was so upset behind the asking 3 times. So his patient was very short. See, and just as soon as he said that, the cock crowed. And he remembered what the Messiah said. And he cried, weeping hard. He realized he had denied the Messiah. See, 3 times he denied him. See why? The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. He denied him. See, and then they took him on down. They crucified the Messiah. See, when they crucified him. See, and Peter, he still had this thing in his mind about what happened. See, and then when the Messiah, look when the Messiah rose from the dead on the 3rd day, the Mary Magdalene came and told him he's risen from the dead. See, I don't believe that. See, I got to go. He went down to the supper and see that he's risen from the dead. See, went back to the upper room. He appeared to him behind closed doors. See, so that he was alive forevermore. See, therefore Peter. See, he's sitting around there. You find it after 40 days, he ascended into heaven. 10 days later, on the day of Pentecost, see, that Holy Spirit came down on him, and Peter had the I can't help it. Even though he was denied in 3 days, 53 days before that, he denied him. But now he says, all the house of Israel know for sure. This man Yahweh you crucified, that's the same one that Yahweh has sent in the world, that you master builders of the temple. You rejected the stone that Yahweh has taken to be the first, to be the cornerstone of the house. See, so come on back down and see how this man came out and worked. You're in my salvation now. That's what we're down here for. There you go.
Thank you, Dr. Allen. Hopefully everybody enjoyed tonight's class, and thanks for Daniel coming over to class, and hope to see you again. And let us all stand to be dismissed for the doxology. The doxology is taken from the last 2 verses from the book of Jude. Now unto him that is able to keep you from falling, and to present you faultless before the presence of his glory with exceeding joy. To the only wise Elohim, our Savior, through Yahshua Messiah, our Sovereign, belong glory, majesty, dominion, and power, both before all time, now